What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy John, Innate Charisma, coming at you with another video for the day. How's it going? I hope all is well on the other side of the internet. I'm very well, and I hope you're well as well. Hope you're doing the things that is necessary to maintain a daily sense of well-being. Very important. Mental well-being is so important. I can't believe I was never educated on this when I was younger. Most of us aren't, actually. It's only very recently that we've begun to take an interest as a society in well-being, mental well-being, and mental health. We have such an emphasis on economic health, physical health. But mental health was really neglected for most of our history. But then when you look at the ancient Greeks, these guys placed mental health as being one of the most important things you do. The Indians, same thing. The Hindus, the Buddhists, I mean, that's all just mental health, man. Religion, actually, when I think about it now, religion was the one that took care of mental health, took care of the spirit, the psyche, and you didn't have any worries on that part. Now you could just focus on the day-to-day grinds, because your spiritual needs, which encompass the mental side, because you can't see the mental, you can only see it in intangible form, in unease, in Ori behavior, in anxiety and depression, schizophrenia and borderline personality disorder. We can't see it though for what it is in the mind. We don't know what it looks like. We can only characterize it based on its outer manifestations. So it's intangible, but then tangible at the same time when it's shown through the physical manifestations. I would go ahead and say that that is a very spiritual thing. Mental health, mental illness is one of the spiritual domain. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to go into the video, which is about INFJs. You know, I'm an INFJ. I've suspected that for many years. It's shifted. If I've gone into an extroverted phase where I'm very much focused on talking to lots of people and making connections, friends, and improving my social skills, then I tend to type more as an ENFP. But then when I go back to my more introspective self, my more composed self, my more, I was going to say the word wiser self, but that sounds a bit pretentious. My self that's more focused on deep goals, soul goals, then I turn more into an INFJ. Now, of course, there's a possibility I could be any personality type, and I've just so muddled up the functions that I have no idea what I am. But let's say, for the sake of today's video, an argument that I am an INFJ, and that I'm going to talk about the Hermit phase, or the Hermit INFJ, okay? Because INFJs are weird, much like INTJs, but INTJs I find are a bit more, you can be more practical as an INTJ, because you've got that extroverted thinking function which pushes you to go and act on your intuitive insights about the world, about human systems, the tribe systems, logic systems, okay? Systems is all the INTJ's concern. INFJs less concerned with systems, more concerned with the human domain of things, the human societal domains, the human condition, and that's where their insights are going to be directed. Okay, so there's not much of a self going on there, okay? But it's important for, see, the identity of the INFJ is going to be composed of introverted thinking, because that's where you do your thinking. And because it's not a developed function, and because if you don't actively go out into the world and test out what works and what doesn't work, then your NITI loop is going to form a depression, which is very common in INFJs. You can turn into a hermit then. You can turn into a very strong hermit. You can just bathe in your NITI loop. Human condition this, me this. Human condition that, me that. Yeah? You can become quite self-absorbed. It's quite a narcissist, actually, when you go into the NITI loop. You can become very introverted, and of course, by the same token, you can be very extroverted if you go and bathe in your FE and your SE functions, which is also very common for INFJs as well. Hold on, I'm going to pause the video. There's a guy coming. I'll walk a bit forward before I stop it. I don't like my intuitive stream of consciousness to be interrupted. That's what I hate about it, because I'm kind of just doing these videos so that I can let the stream of consciousness flow and talk about whatever I want without filters. and get to the point that I'm trying to get to at the end of the day. But yeah, the INFJ Hermit's quite famous, it's quite notorious, it's quite universal among INFJs to say that they're in a hermit phase. And don't get me wrong, it can be a very good place. If you've done a lot of action and you're feeling burnt out, the NITI loop is a little bit of a savior comfort function. It helps. But if you spend too much time in it, it's all about balance at the end of the day, right? If you overdo it, it will cause you more harm than good. And you will think that you need to do more of it in order to get out of it. You'll think, I need my insight, my call to action. No, your call to action is using your SE and using your FE, which is getting into the present moment. So that's why I really advocate socializing for INFJs, even if it's in small bursts, even if you tell yourself, right, 30 minutes today, I'm gonna go to a bar, even though I find it uncomfortable, I'm gonna go to a low-key bar. Maybe invite a friend, maybe not. I find I enjoy going solo much better than going with a group, because then I can make a group when I'm outside, and it's so much more fun, and it's under my terms, so my narcissistic power trip is definitely satisfied. Or go with a friend, go with a trusted friend, a close friend of yours or whatever, and have fun. Yeah, be social. Very important to get out of that NITI loop, because your analysis is redundant if you don't have any new information coming into the fold, so to speak. But yeah, the INFJ Hermit, it's a thing. I'm one of them. I definitely have my phases where I go into my hermit phases, and it can be useful at times, but at the same time it can be very bad, because a large majority of our changes come from taking action. Now, there is a difference between taking action that is forced and taking action that's effortless. Now, I'm going to save this for another video when I talk about game and talking to women and shit, because that's also a part of this broader thing that I'm talking about here, where when it comes to effortless action, which is very Taoist, but there's a difference. See, when you take your forced action, when it feels uncomfortable and difficult and awkward, you're taking action, but you're training, and the training is difficult. But when things align, when you actually set your mind to the thing that you want, let's say you want to get a girl's number, or you want to take her home, or whatever the fuck, it's effortless. It doesn't take any effort to do that. You practice, and you practice so much, you do so many reps, that you don't actually have to do anything when it comes to the time. You just do it without thinking, which is the Taoist concept of Wu Wei. Wu Wei is not do nothing, it's effortless action. Alright, I've exhausted my topic. 8 minutes, which is not bad. The INFJ Hermit and the NITI loop. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, realize it's not the worst place to be in, but it can be a hell if you don't know what you are doing. Okay? Right, see you later.